Gambling simulator with miserable gameplay. You genuinely will waste money and time for a game that is unbalanced on purpose, and people will defend it to death. YouTubers will attack you for speaking the truth because they have some loyalty to the developers of this game. No one seems to care that it's actually gambling marketed to kids. Spend money to gamble and not get what you want. They advertise something but you get something completely different.
Stop it. Get some help.
This game's made my friends realize they are all retarded, including me, D.
But the people are retarded.
So, this is essentially best F2P game I've ever played. I've been around since the launch of Master Duel, and I've never spent a dime, and yet, I have multiple meta deck. I participated in multiple events, and the presentation of the game is just top-notch. It's the best Go simulator we ever had. I just wish they'd update the solo mode more often.
Oh god, it's so good.
When it comes to yugioh games, in my opinion this is the best. I really need to praise the soundtrack and game design. I really like it.
So good.
This is what brought me back into yugioh, and convinced me to bet my own deck, Speedroids, in real life for the first time ever. Thinking about getting flu for tournaments and such, and ancient warriors for fun.
So good and tasty.
The best Yu-Gi-Oh game in a time, great for those that want to try the most recent decks, kind of like Dueling Nexus.
Worst RNG ever. Ban list stupid, regular crash server. I test it on PC, P and Switch and all version are
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
Bellamar non perfil, Sabe beta modificare il combat system il tempo e davvero poco per alcuni mazzi con combo complex.
No es posible. Estas piedras se parecen a las cartas del duelo de monstruos.
Pretty bad gameplay. Just meta gameplay. Always the same builds and you literally wait multiple min until your enemy finished his move after 10 combos in the first draw, summoning 7 cards and all the stuff. If you are looking for a no-brain game where you just copy a build from the internet, it is the perfect game for you. If you are looking for real yugioh gameplay where you build your own setup and it works okay and you have still a chance if you don't play a meta build, well then this is the wrong game.
So controversial yet so brave.
Made me a Yu-Gi-Oh addict. Let's go Marinchus Nation. We must prove that we are superior to tier elements.
When you're using drugs, you're only cheating yourself out of the chance to find out who you really can be.
I left this card game because of how broken it was, and this application seemed like a good time to return to find that it is more broken than ever. There is not a single turn that you can summon a monster with 10,001 indestructible effects and win in one departure. It's not enough to ban cards, this game needs a complete makeover.
Oh my god, where do we start?
I don't know.
Game is very bad. People here say oh don't be bad at the game. Yet every player I match with are consistently drawing the same card or winning on the first round. Drawing is a joke, you constantly draw the same card each match. There is no RNG in the game, meta cards are being consistently drawn. Supposed to D.
You suck!
It's pretty good. The game's balancing is for sure out of whack, but you'll still have fun duels. Any complaints I have would be toward yugioh itself rather than Master Duel. Overall, this game is a great medium for playing yugioh, so I'd recommend it.
Why are you calling me? I'm right!
It still has a lot to improve in terms of the ability to interact with the opponent to finish being a multiplayer. However, it is a fun-filled experience for any fan of the card game.
That's what good pussy sounds like.
Company destroying their own game. This game turned into a lucky pay-to-win game. No strategy at all. Coin flip simulator. You're going first, 85% of victory. The algorithm is TR4SH. So terrible that it trolls you, no kidding. Boring and repetitive game. You duel against the same decks over and over again, and it will get worse. That's why they have lost over 70% of players. Shame on you. Money edit, after almost 1 year, is the same terrible game. Now we have an FTK meta deck in the ranked games.
Kids, don't be afraid to say no.
Pay to win. The decks are broken, cards exist who negate everything and you cannot counter them. That's why almost all players have the same cards. Not worth your time.
That's no good.
Very tired of this medieval. Single player is perfect though, very nice graphics.
If you're doing it, stop it.
The ranked are 30 minutes for waiting people who summon 20 cards and do OTK in turn 2. And you can play only if you play a meta deck. Every single other decks are unplayable.
Anyone that asks you to use drugs is not your friend.
Someone summoned a monster that can destroy anything you summon with its effect. What?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Pretty nice start. Clearly better than what they have done with Duel Links. Looking forward to see what's next for this game.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Too much waiting every turn. I have game about half hour to see some pro gamer erected me, over and over again. Bronze rank start with pro gamers. One shots on 2 to 3 turn or even on first 2 points only for visuals and sound. If you new to go stay away, it's totally cruel to new gamers.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
This is a predatory game even though players claim you can build decent decks with the free gems you are given. The majority of beginners will feel rightfully disgusted by a game that does nothing to teach them deep mechanics, and where most powerful decks consist in ending duels in 2 turns. The fact such games are allowed on the market is disheartening. There should be no room for predatory games on the market, and this game is heavily predatory.
Oh my god.
Their account system is complete trash. They could have easily made it so you just log in with your Konami account, but no, they went with data transfer. Now because I accidentally clicked new game on my PC version, I can't transfer data to it, so now I need to create a new Steam account if I want to transfer data to the PC version. Hashtag cancel Konami 0 stars, and never getting another dollar from me.
Oh my god!
Literally the worst card games I've ever played. I'm immeasurably disgusted by the infinite combos that guarantee the win each and every time.
I am disgusted.
It's way too slow and way to play. The building of decks is awful. If you want to have any competitive edge, you have to spend cash really, or you will be outpaced. But it's free to play, not really when you have spent so much to keep going to explore new decks and strats. It's predatory and really embarrassing. Really wanted to like it, but this is bad, really bad.
And if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die.
Hey, that's pretty good.
How to master Duel. Play ranked. Opponent is using virtual world. I go and cook an entire meal as the guy sets down nonsense. I negate his entire combo with 1 card. I perform 1 combo. Opponent forfeits.
Brooklyn Rage! Brooklyn Rage!
It's yugioh, but free, and you don't have to suffer the smell of your opponent who probably hasn't showered for 2 weeks straight. I see this as an absolute win.
Got him! Got him!
The most powerful card in my deck is my mom's credit card.
Screw the rules, I have money.
If you don't read card effects, they can't hurt you.
Screw the money, I have rules.
69 hours into the game, my opponent just finished his turn. Now it's my turn.
I'm tired of waiting for you to finish your turn, Weevil. So I'm going to end it for you.
All Yu-Gi-Oh players secretly hate Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh my f***ing god, Yugi. I hate this game.
Can't play the game if you don't have a 22 card chain combo that brings out a 4500 attack power beat stick on your first turn that can't be affected or destroyed by guard effects. Yes, I'm coping. Yes, amigo boomer that remembers starting a duel with 1 monster and 2 face downs at most, but this is just my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs.
You try to play the game? Opponent takes half an hour to finish their turn and put an unbreakable board, and the following happens. You try to activate a monster effect, negate. You try to activate a spell, negate. You try to activate trap card, negate. You try to breathe, negate.
I'm losing my patience. God.
You're kidding!
Judge.
Easily the worst game I've ever played. No other game has made my blood boil and my mood ruin. Ash haunts my nightmares. 10 out of 10, best objectively bad card game out there.
Stop it. Get some help.
Find a cool deck online. Spend a week gambling and build the deck. Have no idea how to use it. Look up a guide on how to use it. Destroy some kids. Run into the elements. Unalive.
Drugs can and will kill.
MF speed drawing like 20 cards in the first turn like WTF.
Oh my god!
Waited 10 minutes for my opponent to play 2 cards and then surrender.
So what do? First, you say no. Then, you get out of there.
I hate it.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Watching my opponent having fun is just as good as having fun myself.
A man's anus is licked like this.
Children's card game for sweaty adults.
And then they eat the poo-poo.
It's like cocaine, it will leave you hooked, poor and defeated. 10 out of 10.
If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
On my first turn, I summoned one little guy and then my opponent plays a spell with 5 paragraphs of text plus footnotes and it says because I slept less than 8 hours last night, he gets to summon Nutbuster Dragon or whatever and the game is over and I should just off I guess.
Writing this review cause my opponent still hasn't finished their turn yet.
Draw your last pathetic card so I can end this, Yugi.
My favorite part was when it was my turn.
My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba.
If you are willing to spend half of your lifetime waiting for your opponent to finish a combo that summons a monster that ends the game in one attack, then this game is for you.
The unstoppable Exodia.
1 flip coin. 2 lose coin flip. 3 opponent goes first. 4 opponent draws their whole deck in 1 turn and win. Master Duel the game.
I've assembled all 5 special cards.
Love this game. But do yourself a favor and don't play it.
One of the best psychological horror games out there.
Exodia! It's not possible!
Absolute blast. Cannot wait to perform an FTK on a 7-year-old.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Gameplay is what you get when your card game power creeps itself to a new level in every new set for 30 plus years. Turn 1, effects into effects into effects into effects into effects. Didn't draw lucky with a negate on the first turn? Guess you lose. GG, shake my hand. Don't bother getting into it now. It's not worth the time.